No, I think Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, I mean, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting and making sure that he's in optimal conditions when he steps inside that squared circle.
Oscar De La Hoya made a bold claim ahead of Gervonta Davis's fight with Lamont Roach, declaring Davis a beast capable of knocking Roach out with ease. The statement has sent shockwaves through the boxing community, sparking intense debate. Building on De La Hoya's bold remarks, Bernard Hopkins chimed in with his own take on Gervonta Tank Davis's unique skills and stated, "Tank carries the power. He's sneaky explosive. You think you're doing something and he rides off that overconfidence. Tank will give you something that's really not there." Hopkins' words highlight the psychological warfare Tank brings to the ring, using his opponent's overconfidence as a weapon. This isn't just about brute strength, it's a mind game. Tank's ability to bait opponents and punish their mistakes has earned him a reputation as a master tactician. As the fight draws closer, these statements only amplify the tension, with fans eagerly waiting to see if Lamont Roach can overcome such a dangerous challenge. Hopkins didn't stop there. He further explained the mental and physical toll that Gervonta Davis's power brings to the ring. He explained how Tank's presence alone forces opponents to burn energy, both in their minds and their bodies, long before the knockout punch even lands. This level of psychological intimidation sets Tank apart, as his reputation has opponents fighting more cautiously, sometimes to their own detriment. It's not just the fear of getting hit, it's the constant awareness that one wrong move could end the fight instantly.
Your mind is burning energy.
Yeah.
You physically burning energy because you know, right? Even if he just touch you in the arm, you know, based on what you've been hearing through the whole press conference and through the whole fights he had before then, yourself, that you better not get hit.
Yeah.
See, power rules everything around you. One thing about power, you can lose all the fights, all the rounds in that power. Come on.
This comment from Hopkins sheds light on why Davis remains one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport today. Even if an opponent wins every round, Tank's power is the ultimate equalizer, capable of flipping the script in seconds. Fans have seen it time and again. Opponents outboxing Davis, only to fall victim to a devastating shot. It's a reminder that power doesn't just win fights, it controls them. Hopkins continued his analysis, painting a vivid picture of what it's like to step into the ring with Gervonta Davis. He compared it to walking through a minefield, where every step carries the risk of devastating consequences. Even if an opponent dominates the early rounds, they're never truly safe. Tank's ability to deliver a fight-ending punch at any moment keeps the tension high from the first bell to the last. It's this constant threat that makes him such a unique and dangerous fighter.
Mike Tyson.
Deontay Wilder.
Power. Rules.
Yeah.
I got one shot and it's over. I can be losing the whole 90, I can be losing all the way to the 12th round and hit you with that power. And to get to the 12th, 11th, 10th, 9th, 8th, you walking and treading danger. You walking through a minefield that any time, any bad move, it's over.
Yeah.
Fighting Tank is like that.
This perspective underscores the mental toughness required to face someone like Davis. It's not just about skill or strategy, it's about surviving every second without making a fatal mistake. The weight of knowing one slip-up could mean the end is enough to wear down even the most experienced fighters. Hopkins' words serve as a chilling reminder of what's at stake as the fight with Lamont Roach approaches. Roach will need to find a way to navigate the danger and avoid the explosive power that has made Gervonta Davis one of the most feared fighters in the sport. Every second in the ring will demand focus, precision, and resilience to withstand the relentless threat Tank brings to the table. Adding to the conversation, Joe Rogan shared his thoughts on what makes Gervonta Davis such a fascinating fighter to watch. Rogan highlighted Tank's electrifying fighting style, blending raw power with a unique ability to adapt in the ring. It's not just his knockout potential, but the way he sets up those devastating punches that keep fans on the edge of their seats. Every fight feels like a spectacle, with Davis showcasing a mix of precision, aggression, and calculated risks that few can match.
Tank is one of the most interesting fighters to watch because he's so different. His style is so different. You know, he's so economical. Like, he puts pressure on guys without throwing too many punches. and then starts to figure holes out, and the way he can explode and move in with one shot, my God.
Yeah, he very explosive, and he be cracking them dudes. he be putting him in weight.
Just cracking people.
Yeah.
And he has so much confidence in his power.
So, you know, he just, in his mind, you know, it's a matter of time before I catch.
Rogan's perspective reinforces why Tank is one of the most talked about names in boxing today. His fights are not only about winning, but about delivering moments that leave fans in awe. Davis doesn't just rely on brute force. His ability to read opponents and exploit their weaknesses sets him apart. Each time he steps into the ring, there's an air of unpredictability that makes every second exciting. As the hype builds for his fight with Lamont Roach, Davis continues to prove that he's more than just a fighter. He's a showstopper. Joe Rogan didn't hold back his admiration for Gervonta Davis, and this wasn't the first time he's expressed his respect for the young champion. Previously, Rogan praised Davis for his extraordinary power, referring to it as nuclear and capable of ending any fight in an instant. Rogan has often highlighted Tank's ability to combine raw force with sharp instincts, making him a rare and dangerous talent in boxing. His consistent praise shows that Rogan is more than just impressed. He's a genuine fan of Davis's electrifying presence in the ring.
I'm a giant Gervonta fan. I think that guy is so unusual. His style's so unusual, and his patience.
The Leo Santa Cruz fight was really something for me, because Leo Santa Cruz is a technician, Mexican style, and the fight was very close before Tank stopped it. But he has that power that can end it.
He finds these openings, and he sees them, but he doesn't go after them right away. He waits for the right time. He's so patient. Like when you watch the early rounds of his fights, he probably has the lowest punch count in the early round. But he also knows he's got that nuclear option, that if he can crack you, most likely he's going to take you out. He's got massive confidence in that.
Rogan's admiration adds to the growing recognition of what makes Gervonta so special. His ability to deliver jaw-dropping knockouts paired with his relentless fighting style has captivated audiences worldwide. For Rogan, Davis isn't just a fighter, he's a phenomenon, a force of nature who redefines what it means to have knockout power. It's this combination of skill and sheer explosiveness that keeps fans, including Rogan, coming back for more. As Davis continues to dominate, his legacy as one of boxing's most exciting stars grows stronger with every fight. Even Canelo Alvarez, one of boxing's biggest stars, couldn't help but share his admiration for Gervonta Davis. Canelo has previously called Tank his favorite fighter, praising him for his unique blend of strength, intelligence, and raw confidence in the ring. According to Canelo, it's this combination of attributes that makes Davis such a dangerous opponent. He also believes Tank has untapped potential, with even more room to grow as a fighter, which is a terrifying thought for anyone standing across from him in the ring.
Favorite fighter to watch today, not from the Canelo stable?
I think Tank is one of my favorites.
What is it about him that you like so much? 'Cause I think you guys fight similar, have a similar style.
No, he's strong, he's smart, and he's very confident. A lot of things he have a lot of talent.
Wins between Tank and Ryan.
I think Tank has more experience. That's what I think, but you know, in boxing, you never know.
Canelo's words carry weight as they come from someone who knows what it takes to dominate at the highest level. By calling Davis strong and smart, he highlights the balance Tank brings between power and strategy. But Canelo's acknowledgement of Davis's overconfidence as an asset shows an understanding of how Tank uses his mentality to gain an edge. For Canelo to recognize Davis as a fighter with more space to grow while already being so dominant speaks volumes about Tank's potential. With this kind of high praise, Davis continues to solidify his place among boxing's elite. As the buzz around Gervonta Davis continues to grow, the man himself remains calm and focused on the task ahead. Known for his explosive energy inside the ring, Davis has taken a more measured tone leading up to his upcoming fight. While the boxing world debates his power, style, and potential, Davis seems to be saving his energy for fight night. His confidence is unwavering, but he's choosing to let his fists do the talking when the time comes. He stated, "Right now, I'm not really big on getting into it and stuff like that. I'm really out of it right now, but come March the 1st, it's definitely gonna be a great show." Davis's words reflect a fighter who knows what's at stake and prefers to stay locked in mentally before stepping into the ring. His calm demeanor contrasts sharply with the storm he brings once the bell rings. Fans can sense that this reserved attitude isn't hesitation, it's preparation. For Davis, every fight is more than just a bout. It's an opportunity to deliver something unforgettable inevitable. As the countdown to March 1st continues, his promise of a great show has only fueled excitement, leaving fans eager to witness the next chapter in his already electrifying career. With March 1st on the horizon, Gervonta Davis remains confident that the outcome will be just as his fans expect, another knockout victory. His calm approach to the build-up hasn't wavered, but his assurance in his abilities is crystal clear. Davis has become known for his ability to close out fights with explosive finishes, and he's ready to add another knockout to his impressive record. As the clock ticks down to fight night, all eyes will be on Tank to see if he can deliver once again. Same results. We just gotta wait and see, you know what I mean? We got 3 months to get ready, so it'll be good come March 1st. See y'all there. Davis's statement echoes his belief in his power and preparation. Nothing is changing. He's ready for another dominant performance. It's clear that in his mind, the outcome is already decided. Lamont Roach will fall. This confidence isn't arrogance. It's the mindset of a champion who's put in the work and trusts his training. As the anticipation builds, fans can't help but wonder if March 1st will be just another night where Tank's power reigns supreme, or if Roach can pull off the unexpected. Either way, it promises to be a show worth watching. While Gervonta Davis makes bold claims about his upcoming fight, he's not just talking the talk, he's training harder than ever to back it up. His intense workout regimen shows that he's not taking Lamont Roach lightly. His training sessions show a fighter who is laser focused, pushing himself to the limit to ensure his knockout power is as sharp as ever. It's clear that Davis is putting in the necessary work to make his words a reality. With every punch, every drill, and every round, he's fine-tuning his skills to make sure he's prepared for March 1st. Training sessions showed Davis's commitment to being at his best. Whether it's strength training, footwork drills, or perfecting his punching technique, Tank is doing it all. His dedication to his craft is evident in every move, and it's clear that he's not leaving anything to chance. For Davis, this fight is more than just another win. It's a statement to the world that he's one of the best. As the fight approaches, his training gives fans a glimpse of just how prepared he is to live up to his own hype. As the hype for Gervonta Davis's upcoming fight with Lamont Roach continues to grow, Ryan Garcia, who faced Tank in the ring before, offered his insight on what Roach is up against. Garcia, who lost to Davis in a memorable bout, believes that Roach simply doesn't have the firepower to compete with someone like Tank. He pointed out that while Roach has great skills, it's the ability to command respect in the ring that makes all the difference. According to Garcia, without that power to intimidate, Roach will struggle to find any rhythm against Davis.
I think Lamont Roach just doesn't have the firepower to, hold off Tank. I think he has great skills, but I don't think he has the firepower to get Tank's respect, and I think that you have to have that. If you don't, then you really have no chance. So it's kind of similar, like to me and Devin Haney. I just didn't respect anything he threw, and anytime I wanted to land, I did. So I think it's going to be a similar, not similar fight, but I think it's a similar aspect that he's not going to be able to get him off.
Garcia went on to compare Roach's situation to his own experience with Devin Haney, claiming that without the ability to land anything meaningful, it's nearly impossible to get the upper hand. He believes that, like in his fight with Haney, Tank will dominate if Roach can't land punches that make Davis think twice. Garcia's insight adds another layer to the anticipation for March 1st, where fans will be watching closely to see if Roach can defy expectations. It's clear that Garcia believes Tank's power is the game changer, and for Roach to stand a chance, he'll need more than just skill. As the conversation surrounding Gervonta Davis continues to intensify, former world champion Paulie Malignaggi shared his take on Tank's rise to stardom. While Malignaggi doesn't question Davis's skills, he has voiced concerns about the matchups being made for him. He feels that instead of continuously building stars around Davis, it's time for him to face tougher competition. Malignaggi believes that Tank is talented enough to deserve those high-level matchups. And it's not about disliking him, it's about wanting to see him prove himself against opponents who can truly challenge him. You don't need to manufacture a star. You don't need to make Gervonta Davis against the guy who pumps my gas. And just because you need him to keep manufacturing the star continuously. You know, like Gervonta is a very good fighter. I criticize the matchups not because I don't like Gervonta Davis, because I feel like he's so good that I want to see him against somebody like him. Malik Nagy's point underscores the desire for Tank to face fighters who can truly test his abilities and elevate his legacy. As a fan of Davis's talent, he believes that the right matchups will help him grow as a fighter and cement his place among the best in the sport. Malik Nagy doesn't want to see Tank's potential wasted on one-sided fights, but instead on challenges that push him to reach new heights. His words also remind fans that while Davis is already impressive, the real tests lie ahead. Tank's journey to the top won't be complete until he faces those worthy of his talent. Rolly Romero, who has faced Gervonta Davis in the ring, also weighed in on the upcoming fight, and his perspective is clear. Everything points in Tank's favor. Romero, who knows firsthand the challenge of facing someone with Davis's skill set, believes that Roach will struggle to match Tank's experience, power, and size. According to Romero, Tank's advantages are undeniable, and these factors will make it nearly impossible for Roach to pull off an upset. No, just too much experience, too much power, too much big weight, everything is in Tank's favor. Everything. Romero's assessment is blunt, but highlights the overwhelming odds Roach faces in this fight. Tank's experience in the ring, combined with his explosive knockout power and size advantage, makes him a formidable opponent for anyone. As a fighter who's shared the ring with Davis, Romero knows how dangerous Tank can be, and he doesn't believe Roach will have the tools to overcome these hurdles. With every attribute in Davis's favor, it's clear that Roach will have to dig deep to even make it competitive. This only adds to the growing anticipation for the fight, as fans brace themselves for another dominant performance from Tank. Rolly Romero's confidence in Gervonta Davis is evident in his latest comments. He firmly believes that no one can match Tank in the areas that matter most: boxing ability, punching power, and physical attributes. According to Romero, while some may try to argue that other fighters could be better boxers, none of them compare to Tank when it comes to the crucial aspects of the fight game. He also points out that Lamont Roach, who's moving up in weight, may experience slowed reactions as a result, making it even harder for him to match Tank's speed and power.
Wow. Yeah, because like, bro, like, even like I said, like, man, you could say, oh, like, you can make a claim like, oh, maybe like this person's a better boxer, but he's not a better boxer than Tank. He's not a bigger puncher. He's not bigger than Tank. He's moving up in weight, so that might affect him, make him a little bit slower.
Right.
Tank has a crazy ring IQ. Tank has the better legs. Like, bro, you can't make a claim for any of this stuff.
Romero's analysis digs into the advantages Tank holds over his opponents, including superior ring IQ and better movement. It's clear that Romero doesn't believe Roach has the tools to compete on the same level. His confidence in Tank is unwavering, and he argues that there's no real case for anyone to outdo Davis in the fight. With all these factors in Davis's favor, it's hard to imagine anyone, let alone Roach, being able to challenge him. As the fight draws closer, these statements only add fuel to the fire, leaving fans eager to see if Tank will back up the praise with another dominating performance. Rolly Romero, while being highly confident in Gervonta Davis's abilities, did acknowledge that in boxing, anything can happen. Even the most skilled fighters can have an off night, where things don't go according to plan. While he's clear that Tank's power, skill, and ring IQ put him in a dominant position for this fight, Romero understands that no fighter is immune to the unpredictability of the sport. His comment highlights the one thing that could throw a wrench into Tank's usually flawless performances: having an off night. The only thing that could, like I said, that Tank has an off night. That can always happen to anyone. Romero's statement serves as a reminder that in boxing, even the best can have a slip-up, and no one is invincible. However, it's not a slight against Davis, it's just the nature of the sport. Despite this, Romero's belief in Tank's overall superiority remains firm. He doesn't see Roach being the one to take advantage of any potential misstep. With Tank's skill set, even on an off night, he's still a force to be reckoned with. It's this combination of confidence and caution that adds complexity to the anticipation. competition, making this fight even more intriguing. As the countdown to the Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach fight continues, the anticipation is building to see if Tank can live up to the hype. With bold predictions from his past opponents, trainers, and boxing experts, the overwhelming consensus is that Davis's power and skills will be too much for Roach to handle. But as always in boxing, anything can happen. Will Roach surprise everyone, or will Davis prove once again why he's one of the most feared fighters in the sport? What do you think? Can Lamont Roach defy the odds and take down Gervonta Davis, or will Tank continue his reign of dominance with another knockout? Are you rooting for Gervonta Davis, or do you believe Lamont Roach has what it takes to pull off the upset? Share your predictions and excitement for the fight in the comments below. Make sure to tune in for more videos like this, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for the latest updates and analyses.